Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Popcorn and Coffee and Movie Podcasts. I'm your host, Jesse, and with me in the other screen over there, Jahaziel. How are you?
How's it going? Good.
We tonight watched Moon Knight, dropped March 30th. Series Moon Knight series.
Starring Oscar Isaac.
Yep. You ready to take this one weekly for a while and see what we think about it?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
I was looking to see if I could find, because I couldn't find it earlier, how many episodes it's supposed to be. We'll just start there.
Okay. So episode 1 dropped today.
6 episodes.
Okay.
50 minutes apiece. I think that's a good length.
Yeah, I think if anything, what the Hawkeye series did for us was prove that 6, because I think that was 6 episodes that were a little longer.
Can work.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
would say personally 6 to 8. If it's any more than 8, I feel like it drags because there's too many filler episodes if you get upwards of 8.
Yeah. I think we saw that with Falcon Winter Soldier.
Probably.
There was way too many episodes in that. But yeah. No, I think this is a good amount of episodes, and
I think it is too.
So
this show, get into some of the details before we jump into our thoughts on it. A former U.S. Marine struggling with dissociative identity disorder is granted the powers of an Egyptian moon god, but he soon finds out that these newfound powers can be both a blessing and a curse to his troubled life. Directed by Justin Benson, Mohamed Diab, and there's a few others. This one was Mohamed Diab's. I saw that he directed this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that Oscar Isaac is credited as a producer, which is cool. I don't know to what degree, but you know.
Yeah.
Starring Oscar Isaac, Ethan Hawke, May Calamé, F. Murray Abraham's in there. Let's see. There's a lot of people in this, but I don't know who most of them are. Sophia Denou, not sure who she is, but full cast nonetheless.
Yep.
Any other thoughts on just that information before we get into it?
No, I mean we'll get into it and stuff. And
go ahead. All right. What did you think of this pilot episode?
I thought it was a pilot episode.
Really?
It laid the groundwork, I think, just fine and stuff for learning the character a little bit. I don't remember mentioning where he was a U.S. Marine, so when I read that, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, you're gonna see,
right? But they didn't mention that in the first episode, which I probably should have. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of figured, just with the way the episode started out and stuff, I was like, we're not gonna get to actually see the Moon Knight character until the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's what happened. So,
I think there was a lot of groundwork laid in this episode, though, in terms of who's who and what's what. I think, especially with the fact that he's multiple personalities. So there's a few different characters inside of him that they had to establish, which I think they did a fairly good job of doing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was a good pilot episode. Where would you rank it in terms of pilot? Would you say this was effective or ineffective?
I would say it did its job. I don't I guess, what do you mean by effective or ineffective? Effective as in it did its job, or effective as in either? I don't know. I think it did its job. I think so too. I think it laid groundwork.
It can get you excited for further episodes, I guess. Effective would be, did this excite you for what's to come?
No.
Really?
No, I wasn't. After I watched it, I was not like, oh man, I can't wait for next week.
Oh,
I was like, oh, okay. Well, we'll see where this goes.
That's funny. So you didn't like that big old fight scene at the end?
Yeah, man, I was just like, whatever. Okay, cool.
I did not expect your reaction to be this way, but that's hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah, I was. I don't know. I was watching it and stuff. And I'm like, man, it's kind of slow.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was really slow.
In what way?
I I don't know. It just didn't seem like there wasn't like much pay. Like I get there was a lot of action and stuff in it, but it just didn't seem like it was moving. I don't know, or maybe it just didn't interest me. I don't know. We'll see where the
Maybe
rest of the
that's it.
series goes.
That
Maybe
seems like what it's leaning towards because I mean the whole point is to set up that he has no idea what's going on.
yeah,
And I feel like it did that really, really well.
yeah,
And it set up the villain for future. We don't know anything about him yet, but that's okay. Obviously, he's the villain. That initial scene of him breaking that glass and putting it in his shoes was so eerie and so creepy. Like, why? What is
Yeah.
wrong with this guy? Like, he is messed up. I thought it did everything really, really well. So
yeah.
it is interesting. Maybe it is just a perspective thing that it just didn't intrigue you the way that it intrigues me. Obviously, you didn't read the Moon Knight comics.
No.
But neither did I. So I mean, we're
Yeah.
we're kind of like coming from the same place, just approach
Yeah.
with different minds.
And I'm not brushing it off and saying it's going to be a bad series yet. We'll see where it goes from here. I'm not one way or the other.
And I expected we weren't going to get Moon Knight. I mean, yeah, that's about him, but you got to build to that, obviously.
Yeah.
Give us that in the first episode. No one's going to know what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
But I thought watching him like do his bedroom routine and seeing that his life is pretty chaotic. I thought all of that worked really well.
Yeah.
I thought the scenes where he was going back and forth between personalities, especially in that one fight sequence, was really well done. And you could tell Oscar Isaac's all in. He's all in. And it looked movie quality to me. Some of the CGI was a little bit obvious. But other than that, like you have two movie stars between Ethan Hawke and Oscar Isaac in this. Like it felt like it could be a movie quality show.
Yeah. I liked Ethan Hawke's character. I thought he was probably my favorite part of it. Just, I don't know. He's just intimidating anyways.
He's creepy.
Yeah.
He's taking on a lot of creepy roles this year.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought the CGI was a little, I felt for what we've seen from Marvel and a lot of the Disney the Disney shows that they put out, I felt like the CGI was a little too in your face revealing. Like there was some stuff like with when the truck of the trees and stuff was falling over. I was like, man, that's really, really bad.
That's probably the most obvious scene. Again, if your mind wasn't completely in it to begin with, obviously that's going to take you out of it even more. Yeah. I was really in it, so I saw that, but I was able to just let it go and keep going. I thought it was phenomenal. But that scene at the end, the graphics were perfect.
No,
with that creature and whatever that Egyptian creature was. What I really liked, what I really appreciated, and maybe you can second this, I didn't see a ton of trailers. I saw a few throughout the months leading up to this. Almost every shot I seen in the trailer was in this episode. There's the scene with him beating the crap out of that creature in the bathroom. Any of the truck scenes with him holding the gun, and there's a few different really memorable scenes from the trailers were all in this episode. All of it. Even the scene of him turning around and facing the camera as Moon Knight was all in this.
I think I only watched the trailer like once, so I can't say one way or the other, but yeah.
But that excites me that everything I've seen is now out of the way. So I have no idea what to expect come next week. You know what I mean? I've seen all those scenes.
Yeah. I thought it was funny watching him in that last fight scene and that dog thing that was chasing him. It was like, as soon as he switches personalities, he's like, that dog's trying to get out and it's just dragging him back in.
I know. I'm excited to see more of that element. But the whole premise is like, because they called him a mercenary a couple times. His original identity was the U.S. mercenary. So pretty much, I think the character we've seen in the window is the real him. At least from the comics, that's how it was.
Okay. And
then the other versions are versions that he created. So we'll see where they go with it. I don't know. But I'm excited. I really like that he would just black out and then wake up and there's just blood all over him. And he's just like, oh, okay. It's like a really bad scenario, blacks out, he's out of it. And it's just, I was like, geez.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was cool. He had to tie himself to the bed every night. Like,
I know.
Chained himself up. I don't know what the sand was for, or maybe I missed that.
I think it was more. I think it was just an element of seeing footprints. So if he saw footprints,
Okay,
then he would know that he was up.
gotcha.
I'm pretty sure that's what most of those things were for, just visual cues of whether he was out of bed or not,
Yeah.
which is crazy because people deal with that. Like this is a real world thing,
Hmm.
which I think is what makes this comic resonate with people, at least for a while. I don't know where it's at now. I think it's more supernatural than it is grounded.
Yeah.
I think that dog thing was something from one of the Mummy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those Egyptian like dog things. I'm excited to see more of that stuff.
Yeah.
And what else I'm excited to see is the comics. He's really closely tied to like Morbius, vampires, Blade. Like that's all around Moon Knight. So I'm interested to see how much of that we're going to see crossover into the show.
Okay.
Probably not much, but
Do you think we'll see a Moon Knight cameo in Morbius?
oh, I doubt it.
I bet you we do.
I will bet
$5.
I bet
$5.
you that we don't, but I've already been hearing stuff that like
I will buy you a milkshake, sir.
that works. I'm
Okay.
down. I'm down for that. But just so you know, I've already been seeing stuff that like the Michael Keaton scene, and I'm talking about Morbius. The Michael Keaton scene, the scene where he walks past like a spray painted Spider-Man on the wall. Any scene that ties him to a grander universe is not actually in the movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm hearing this, whether it's true or not, I don't know.
I'm thinking end credit scene. We see Morbius talk to Moon. I don't know. I don't know if they're buddies or not. Maybe they're not. Maybe Moon Knight has to kill Morbius. I don't know.
I think it starts out that way. Morbius is like a villain, then he's an anti-hero. I think he's kind of stays in that anti-hero
Yeah.
vein.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited to see where it's going to go next.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what else was in there that was of any noteworthy interest. The only other thing for me was, why is it like this stereotype or cliche for someone to work at a museum and whoever's in charge of the museum to be just like a huge jerk?
I don't know.
It reminds me of Ricky Gervais's character, and
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
I'm like, why? But why are they just so rude and mean all the time?
Yeah, I was thinking. Well, yeah, when he was in the museum, I was thinking that at the museum. Even the security guard, when he's like, "Hey, look, this guy's following me. Just stop him from coming." He's like, "It's a museum, man. I can't stop you with that." He's like,
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's gonna do. It doesn't feel like a Marvel thing, which helps, you know.
"Yeah."
And hopefully we start to get more of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like when he looked at his fish and it had two fins on it. And he's like, "What the fish?"
the only thing that was a takeaway for me, and it took me out of it just a little bit, it was sometimes it was hard to understand his accent.
Yeah, there was. He spoke either really quietly. I know at the beginning, and then his accent was very I don't know, boyish. I don't know, like if that's the right term,
Like,
or childish.
oh, I can see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's probably intentional.
He's supposed to be innocent, yeah. Like what did the voice in his head keep calling him? Was it the stupid one, or
the
stupid one's in charge, or something like that?
Yeah.
So that creature that he's seen with the beak and that's the god. I don't remember what they call that god. But essentially he goes and he dies. So Mark, I don't remember what his name is either.
Steven.
But the Mark version in the comics dies. And they take him to this temple of this god, which is the beak creature. And he says, look, I'll resurrect you and let you live, but you pretty much have to go do my bidding on the earth.
Okay.
So that's what the comic's about. So he's like, yes, I agree to this. Kind of sells his soul to him, for lack of a better way to put it. And then goes back to New York and just fights evil. He's a good guy, but he's more like the Punisher, whereas he'll kill.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was listening to something earlier talking about Moon Knight, and there was an excerpt from one of the comics, and it was a Spider-Man villain in this specific Moon Knight comic, one of the lowbrow stuff. And Moon Knight references Spider-Man. He said, Spider-Man won't kill you, but I will. And then he just starts like, so he's willing to do whatever it takes to thwart evil. But
Yeah. Which that's the kind of hero I want. I want the guy that's going to go all the way.
well, and that's the thing, you know, that's the dilemma of the superhero
Yeah.
anyway. It's like, okay, well, you're not willing to, it's Batman's problem. That's Captain America's problem. You're not willing to kill them. So the threat of evil is still always looming because they're all alive. That's why the Punisher's like, nope, threat eliminated. Threat
Neutralized.
But again, that brings their morality into question at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's a fun dilemma. It's a fun concept to have to think.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Hashtag more Punisher now that that's all brought into the MCU as well.
I want a Daredevil. I want another Daredevil season.
I don't know. I just don't know if it would even be the same.
It definitely wouldn't be as dark
No,
or as gory.
because like Hawkeye already changed Kingpin
Yeah.
from what he was in the Daredevil series.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people say for the worse. I don't think it's for the worse. I just think it's different.
Yeah.
I think they're both fine.
I think we don't want to get on a tangent on this, but I do think the Kingpin and the Netflix series, it was fun in the sense that he was just it painted him so evil. Like he was like, no, I'm going to do whatever I want because I can.
Yeah.
And I don't think this one painted him any less evil. It was just a different.
He's more cartoony. It was more comic booky.
Yeah.
Whereas like he could rip doors off and it's just a little bit more supernatural, and it's fine. I think there's a place for both.
Yeah.
But so many people got angry about it when Hawkeye came out. It's just like, whatever, guys. Just if you want that version, just go watch that.
Yeah.
But
obviously Disney's not going to have him bashing someone's head in a door.
No, obviously you can't. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
That's why, again, we don't want to get off we're talking about Moon Knight, but we're not talking about Moon Knight. I was talking to somebody about Deadpool, and everybody's talking about a Deadpool movie coming out, and now under the umbrella of the MCU, and they're like, well, I don't want that because it's not going to be my R-rated Deadpool. And I'm like, we've already gotten 2 of those. Like, I want to see Deadpool come into the MCU and within the realm of the movie be bleeped out and just be frustrated that he can't cuss. Like, I think it'd be really funny.
Yeah.
Put a leash on him and see what kind of comedy humor you can come up with there, because we've already got two movies of him just making general jokes and all kinds of stuff. Like, let's do something else. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fine. But anyway,
sure.
Anything else to say about it?
No, I
can't think of anything either. Yeah. We'll obviously come back next week and talk about it again and see where it goes.
Every Wednesday.
For 6 weeks.
Yep.
Which will end right before Obi-Wan.
Yeah, so then we'll probably start Obi-Wan after that. So
I'm down.
Might as well. I enjoy doing these on Wednesday nights. So
I love it so much. I really do.
Not that I don't like doing the movies that we've done on Wednesday nights, but I think the TV shows are a little more fun. They're shorter and it's not as much pressure to.
It's a little newer too.
Yeah. So
anyways,
yeah.
Be looking out come this weekend, guys. We've got Morbius coming up. Big, the long-awaited Morbius movie. We'll be dropping an episode here on YouTube for that. And then, of course, we got the pod where we drop an episode every 2 weeks. So the following week, next Wednesday, we got another pod episode dropping. So go hit that up wherever you listen to podcasts. Why don't you tell them where they can find us?
Yeah. If you want to listen to Popcorn and Coffee, head over to Apple Podcasts and check us out over there. You can listen to our bi-weekly movie reviews. Also, you can check us out on Google Podcasts and Spotify. Don't forget to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts as well and let us know what you think. This is dropping on YouTube, so you can click over here and let us know what you think. Leave a comment. And if you have any suggestions, head over to Instagram at popcornandcoffee.com and DM us. So
please. Yep. Anything else?
That's all I got.
And that's the way it was.
Click up here, click down here.
I should really figure out how to do that.
You should, because it'd be cool. It'd be cool, like when I point and there's a little bubble.
That's how they do it. I just don't know how. Thanks.
Oh, bye.